Hello, Chris Burrell. I'm John Carroll.
And I'm Luis Jimenez.
And this is JCTV News.
Beyond the Headlines.
And up first, we have a follow-up on Choir by Hallie.
Hi, everyone. It's Hallie Baker here. And this week, I interviewed Miss Wilson to hear more about choir and what's coming up this year. Let's hear what she has to say.
Well, the next choir concert is our Christmas concert, and I'm really excited about this. Normally, we do have it at one of our parish churches, but it's been really tough with scheduling to find a church and all of the high feast days that can accommodate us. So I'm going to try something new, and we are going to include the band as well, and we're going to have it here at John Carroll. And I'd like to utilize our commons space as well as the chapel space to make it a very reverent feel. So I'm working on a lot of details and a lot of decorations and things that will hopefully make it a very spiritual and meaningful experience, as traditionally these Christmas concerts have been in the past.
What trips is the choir going on this year?
Our first trip is actually going to be to Disney World, and we're leaving the day we get back from Christmas break. So very, very excited about that. It will be with JC Singers and Honors Mixed Ensemble, and we've been invited to perform in one of the parks. So we will also perform at a cathedral in Orlando for Mass, and we'll be there for about 3 days and having a great time. And then when we get back, all of the choirs will be going to a state competition, and that will be in Gardendale. And we will go, it'll be a day out of school, and we'll be able to compete and see other choirs around the area, and it'll just be a really great experience for all of the choirs to compete and to get rated by judges and get a lot of feedback that will hopefully make us a whole lot better as a group.
How was the choir concert this year?
I thought it was really amazing. I think it was the first concert that we collectively have sung so much music, and that we have learned so much music between August and October 16th. I think that is a huge accomplishment, and everyone seemed to know it well and felt good, and people seemed to be entertained and moved, and I think our audience was really blessed. So, and I felt really blessed, so I hope our audience did too.
Okay, everyone, so in conclusion, make sure you come out and support the choir. Back to you, Luis and Chris.
Thanks, Holly. And up next, we have Deja with the weather.
What's up, JC? This is Deja with your weekly weather. Thursday we'll have a high of 81 and a low of 57 and a 20% chance of rain. Friday we'll have a high of 83, a low of 56 and a 10% chance of rain. Saturday we'll have a high of 85, a low of 54 and a 0% chance of rain. Sunday we'll have a high of 80, a low of 53 and a 10% chance of rain. And Monday we'll have a high of 80, a low of 54 and a 10% chance of rain. Here's a fun fact about the weather. The USA has more tornadoes than any country in the world, averaging around 1,200 a year. It's a good thing we had a tornado drill this week. Now back to you, Louise.
Thanks, Aisha, for the weather report. Up next, we have Joe King with sports.
Thanks, Louise. Last week's game against Shays Valley was the last home game of the season and senior night. Here's a couple highlights from that game. Unfortunately, our volleyball team came up short in a hard-fought game against Hartsville last Friday. Congratulations on a successful season, ladies. But this Friday, make sure to come out and try to support our football team as they play Pelham at Pelham. Back to you, Louise.
Thanks, Joe King. And up next, we have our commercial break.
Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna...
Welcome back. And before we go on to our next segment, I just want to congratulate everybody that took the SAT this Saturday. I hope that all of you guys did excellent jobs on there, and I hope that you get the score that you hoped for. Anyways, up next we have a movie review on Sully by Will Beasley.
Thanks, guys. And recently I saw the movie Sully, which is a film based on when U.S. pilot Captain Sullenberg landed U.S. Flight 1549 in the Hudson River, and everyone survived and was able to walk away A-OK. This movie stars Tom Hanks as Captain Sullenberg, and I think it does a great job of telling the story by starting after the crash and then using flashbacks to tell what happened the day of the crash. And it's not just one flashback we get of the crash, but we get multiple points of view of the plane going down. There's one of the cabin of the plane, one of the cockpit of the plane, one of a boat ferry on the Hudson River, one of a building next to the river, one of a bridge over the Hudson River, and even one of a helicopter going to rescue survivors from the crash. Probably the best aspect of this movie is the acting. The actors in this, you can see the worry, fear, uncertainty, joy, every emotion there is to feel that this movie throws at you. You can tell that these actors are feeling it, and it just does such a great job of making you feel like you're back in 2009 when this happened and a part of the people that were involved in the aftermath of the water landing. This movie knows when it needs to be serious because it is a serious thing. A plane went down, but everyone got out all right. However, there are consequences for having the plane be crashed. And while that is true, this movie does know when to throw in a couple jokes here and there and just sort of lighten up the mood from a lot of the depressing stuff that's going on. Overall, I'm going to give Sully a 9.5 out of 10. Back to you, Luis and Chris.
Thanks, Will. And up next, we have our school president, Noah Smith.
Hey everybody, it's Noah Smith coming to you live, and it's almost Halloween. You got to get ready. This Monday we're going to have Halloween, and everybody should go out, trick or treat, all that fun stuff. This Friday we have the sophomore retreat, so everybody be praying for them while they're on the retreat. We have our last game this Friday, so go out and support your Cavs. And then you need to pay for March for Life because the last payment or the first payment has already been due.
Thanks, Noah. Up next, we have a very interesting story conducted by Kyla on the pros and cons of high school students having jobs after school.
Thanks, Louise and Chris. Many high school students have jobs, including myself. But today, I'm here to tell you the pros and the cons about having a high school job. Pros, it's a great way to kill time. It puts money in your pocket and shows you responsibility. Cons, not a lot of time for extracurricular activity, managing time in your grades, and a decrease in sleep and an increase in tiredness. Having a high school job can be both a positive and negative thing, but it's all about time management and how you choose to spend it. Back to you, Chris and Louise.
Thanks, Kyla. And up next, I think we're done.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. That's our last story for today.
It is?
Yes. So we are done, folks. I'll see you next week on JCTV News Beyond the Headlines.